All right, time now for our daily focus report. And for 3 weeks, Iraq has been rocked by violent protests. Demonstrations began in the southern province of Basra and quickly spread through the rest of the country. People accuse the government of widespread corruption and are demanding sweeping changes. Prime Minister al-Abadi's caretaker government responded by shutting down social media and deploying security forces. The protests come at a critical time for Iraq, which is currently in the midst of a governance crisis. This report from Simona Fulton.
The bustling ports of Basra province are Iraq's economic lifeline. Every day, tens of thousands of tons of imported goods are offloaded at these docks. Over 3 million barrels of oil per day fill oil tankers destined for global markets. Many foreign investors have set up shop here, including French and Italian shipping companies. The port is bursting at the seams. Its management is busy planning expansions.
Our seaport is continuously developing. We are implementing investment plans with foreign companies through joint ventures. We can feel the benefits of this development in the transactions and the income of the port. The country and the Ministry of Finance are benefiting from these investments.
Basra's economy pumps millions of euros into government coffers each day. Very little of it reaches its 2.5 million inhabitants. Not far from the port, near the city of Zubair, oil companies are slowly encroaching on Ali's tomato farm. Earlier this month, the government asked him to leave, offering him 25,000 euros in compensation, equivalent to 2 years of farm income.
With that money, I can't afford to buy another farm, even in another area. Farmland is expensive. The state's compensation is too little.
The Ministry of Oil owns the land, so Ali has no right to appeal the eviction.
All the land you see here has been allocated to oil production. All of it. There are many foreign companies working here.
The oil sector offers little employment opportunities to the locals, but it has had a devastating impact on this community.
The toxic smoke is killing everything. Depending on the wind, it falls back to the ground and kills the plants. This has a very negative impact on our agriculture. It's not good.
Grievances over poor services and lack of jobs boiled over early July, unleashing widespread demonstrations across southern Iraq. The government deployed security forces to quell unrest, killing at least 3 and injuring dozens. One of them was 13-year-old Ahmed. He was shot in the leg with a live bullet.
The army was shooting towards us with their weapons. When I was injured, I screamed out to the others. Other boys picked me up and carried me indoors.
When Ahmed's father JABAR took his son to a public hospital, he was turned away. The family had no choice but to pay a private doctor to remove the bullet.
They were busy because there are so many wounded people right now. They told me to leave or I'd be taken away.
The government's use of force has further fueled anger, but it hasn't deterred Ahmed's older brother QASEM from taking to the streets.
I'm protesting for water, electricity, and job opportunities. But the government isn't listening. Foreign companies, they've got work here. Us, we're forced to just sit around. We go to the market every day looking for jobs. But I swear, by Imam Abbas, there's never any work for us.
Iraqis have protested for years, but this year's demonstrations have proven particularly tenacious. ADNAN is one of the activists leading the movement. He refuses to settle for token improvements.
Officials and party leaders are showing up on TV, admitting to everyone that they failed. They're apologizing to the people. But apologies won't be enough. Words aren't enough to save them from the punishment they deserve. What we want is to change the entire system.
But so far, Iraq's elites refuse to give up their positions.
No, the government cannot be changed. We are a democratically elected government. We didn't come through a coup. We came through the ballot box, and only the ballot box can change this.
The governor blames the war against the Islamic State group and the central government for the lack of funds.
Since I assumed office 11 months ago, Basra hasn't received any funds. I don't want to blame the central government, but without their funds, we cannot develop Basra.
To calm public anger, Baghdad has pledged over 3 billion euros for infrastructure and services in Basra. Many here fear that unless the entire political system changes, any funding for development will once again disappear in the pockets of corrupt officials and do little to improve lives.
That's it for now from the newsroom. Please stay tuned to France 24.